Right, we've got our candidate interviews continuing this morning. Thanks for tuning in all week, and thanks for holding off on voting that ballot because you wanted to be informed, and we've got so many of you out there. And Tracey Slagle is in the house today, Yakima County Clerk candidate, and you are a manager in the Yakima County Juvenile Court's office.
Yes,
Do I have
am.
that right?
Yes.
Excellent. All right, you've worked in the county clerk's office for 24 years, including 18 years in management positions. Wow. All right. Well, welcome to the show this morning.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, right on. Who is Tracey Slagle? We went to school together.
Well, you went to school with my husband.
I went to school with your husband.
Yes,
That's right.
yes,
That's right.
indeed,
Okay.
yeah.
Got it. Click. Well, who's Tracey Slagle? Tell us about your family. Tell us about your life. What's going on?
Well, my name is Tracey Slagle, and I'm running to be the next Yakima County Clerk. I was born in Oregon. Moved to Sela with my family in the early 70s. My father built cable systems. He brought cable to the Yakima Valley.
He did?
Yes, he did.
Well, thank him for me.
I know it.
you.
My first job ever, I built the little cables that connected to your TV.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
She's been spying on you ever since last through those cables. Don't you think she hasn't been?
Thank you.
Went to Sela schools, graduated from Sela High School. Currently live in the Titan Natchez area with my husband of 33 years. We have 2 adult children. We enjoy our classic cars, and we try to hit the beach anytime we can.
Right on.
So does he have several, or does he have one baby that's a classic car?
Well, he has a baby, and I have a baby.
Ooh, what's your baby?
Mine is a 69 Camaro blown nitrous.
Wow, nice. And what about his?
His is a 55 Chevy.
Well, so you take him in the quarter mile, no problem. Sounds great. What a great hobby to have for both you and your spouse. That's fun. All right, so been dealing with issues in the clerk court. So describe what you're in now and what the details are of what you do.
Okay. Right now, I am in my 3rd year as a supervisor in our juvenile court probation clerical area.
Okay.
Basically, the staff that work under me, they are assigned to probation officers and guardian ad litems, and they are the support staff.
So when they have reports to file and how it's going and all of that stuff, the clerks are dealing with it, making sure it gets put in the right place and as accessible to all who need it, that sort of thing?
Correct. If anything does need to be filed, it is filed at a small office that is at the Juvenile Justice Center. I began my career in the clerk's office in 1990, and I was an entry-level deputy clerk. I took a year and a half off between 93 and 94 with young children. I returned to the clerk's office in November 94 and became the main deputy clerk doing the criminal felony paperwork processing. In February 96, our building opened up for the Juvenile Justice Center. I went out there, quickly became the lead, and I remained out there until 2016.
So safe to say you have seen most of the various operations in the office.
Absolutely.
Nothing's going to come down the pike that's going to really surprise you. Is that fair?
That's fair. That is fair to say that I've been there 24 years, 18 years in leadership, and worked in all areas of the courtrooms and the clerk's office. And
give us a perspective on what we're talking about. How many employees do you think there are? I mean, if you've seen the recent staff report, but
yeah, in 2015, I believe there was about 35 employees. I understand they're down to 25. 15 of those I may know now.
Is that technology replacing hands-on, or is that just attrition and more work for everybody else?
That is just staff leaving. There was a lot of staff that left. I believe there's a lot of unhappy staff, and they just took the first opportunity to leave.
So these departures have come under the current administration then? Is that what you're saying? I mean, within the last 3+ years?
Yeah, I could say yes.
Okay.
That is absolutely true. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it's the we got to address it. Your overall department's been in the news a lot with fights with the commissioners about what's to be implemented and what's not. There have been fights with judges and people who are court experts. There have been threats of recall, and now there's this monetary situation. Since you're in the office, we wouldn't have to ask you to speculate. You can say for sure. How do you characterize morale and confidence in everything going forward?
Well, I have many staff still come to me asking me how to do things. They don't know how to do things. They're not trained. Excuse me, as I'm getting over a cold here. I want to work on repairing relationships with other county departments, with the elected officials. We need to get staff trained. We currently have one jury trial clerk, and that's just not acceptable. We need to give these staff the tools, the training. There's new staff training new staff. And I spoke to somebody from the jail just the other night that works over there, and they said they don't even want to approach the office anymore because they're so uncomfortable at the service that they get, if they get service. And those are the kind of things I want to work on. I think it all starts with communication and participation by the clerk.
KIT News Time, 8:51. We're talking to Yakima County Clerk candidate Tracey Slagle. Are you hearing that from while you're knocking on the doors, while you're shaking hands? Are you hearing this kind of same theme?
And do we think enough people in the community really know what the clerk does to be an informed voter?
Right. That's true. That's a fair question. I hear a lot of thank you for running. We need new leadership. Thank you for doing this. That's what I hear a lot. I have just watched the clerk's office deteriorate over the last 3.5 years. And not only do I have the drive and the desire to get this office running again, but my heart's there. 24 years there in that office. So that's what I want to do.
Well, that's, a big part of a person's life to spend nearly a quarter century on the job. You have to have some strong feelings about it and want to know that it reflects upon you like you think that it should and all of that. So we certainly get that. Are there any of the things that have occurred over the last few years from your point of view that are good, that the people need to know that, hey, we maybe had a struggle with X, but we're doing it and it's now better for you? Or do you see mostly stuff that you think you're going to have to sort of redo?
I think there's going to be, things aren't going to be changed overnight.
Sure.
I'm going to have to bite things off as they come, starting with the communication part of it, and just look and observe, talk to the staff, see what they need, other departments. These are just some of the things that, be able to reach out, find the staff, what they need, technology. Procedure policies. We need to work on all of that. And it's really going to come with communicating with other departments. And yes, the clerk's office is separated, but it all comes down to a team. We're all working for the people of Yakima County, and we need to work together.
And that's what people need to keep in mind, that, again, it is a county department with an elected official leading them. That's someone who's supposed to be accountable back to those people. So how about the relationship with judges and that sort of thing? That's gotten some publicity. Again, not being in the middle of it, it's difficult for outsiders to know exactly what's going on. But how do you characterize the relationship there, and what might you do to work on that?
For myself, I currently have an excellent relationship with all of the judges, other county officials, other departments, outside agencies.
County commissioners?
County commissioners. What little I've dealt with them, I know them, I've spoke with them. But it's not a hard thing. You need to be able to work together while standing up for yourself. You have to be there to do that.
Tracey, it sounds like, regardless if your opponent believes that some of these things that she's been accused of are true or not, I mean, it sounds like it's been kind of a morale issue to the staff in the office, that's these issues have impacted the morale in the office. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. The staff that have approached me have thanked me for running for this. They're unhappy. And there, of course, there are staff that I don't know, so I can't speak for them. These are staff that I may come in contact with, through work or outside of work. But they are clearly unhappy, and they are ready for new leadership in that office as well.
How are you finding the political process in general? Campaigning, forums, different kinds of things. How do you like this kind of part of the process?
Well, Dave, I'm new to that. I'm not really a politician, so it's a lot of learning, getting out there, accepting a lot of help from people, and it's been very fulfilling knowing that you have all this support. The stuff you learn is amazing,
isn't it?
It is absolutely amazing. Yeah. So,
well, we have much respect for anybody that's willing to put themselves into the process and the field of competition. It's one thing to sit on the sidelines and snipe. It's another to say, hey, I think I have something to offer, and I'm willing to go out there and make a case for it and bring it to the people. So we have much respect for that. I guess, Lance, you've been in court so many more times than I have. Your court files are, I think there's a separate wing down at the courthouse on you alone. So you maybe know more about this than I do. But I just think that, we have, here's my last question. Do you like this system where, and you haven't really worked, this might not be a fair question. The commissioners control the money, and then you run the office based on what you're able to negotiate with them. Do you feel that they are the boss, or do you feel that there is that separation once you get your budget straight? How much allegiance and stuff do you owe them and their suggestions versus doing the job as you know how to do it on the job?
Well, I think you probably have to look at that and work both ways with that. You have to look at what's best interest for the public, what's best interest for the office, and make the best decision there. You can't just fight it both ways. There's a common ground in between. You need to work together, both sides.
Good answer.
Tracey, you got about a minute and a half left. Bunch of people listening, bunch of your voters out there.
Thousands and
thousands who have held off until they heard your voice. Tell them why they should vote for you.
Well, I have 24 years experience in the clerk's office with 18 years of leadership positions there. I'm in my third year as a supervisor in our juvenile court, giving me a total of 27 years in the court system. I've worked in all areas of the courtroom and the clerk's office, and I want people to know that I'm going to be a clerk that communicates and participates, because this is crucial to the functioning of that office. I have worked under 3 county elected officials, county clerks, in my 24 years there, and I'm ready to become the next elected county clerk, and I ask for your vote.
Well said, young lady. Appreciate it very much. Again, we'd love to have you back a little bit further into the campaign season after the primary is over, and we can get into some more specifics and remind people who maybe missed the primary or whatever that give them a chance to hear you again from our perspective. But we wish you the very best of luck on the rest of your campaign, and thank you for your clerk service in all of your positions to this point. We know that you care about the county and care about serving the people, and I can tell that from this conversation for sure. So thanks for the service so far, and good luck moving ahead.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Tracey.